3 years ago, I quit my career, and we felt like God was calling us out, and we didn't really know what that meant. So we decided to take our family and go on this journey around the world that ended up being an 8-month journey. And during that journey, God was constructing these plans, I think, in the back of our minds, and as we built relationships with backpackers, millennial travelers all over the world. And so we got home, we knew He was calling us out, but didn't really know where that was. So as we began to investigate, we looked, one of the first things that we considered was China, and that didn't seem to come together. And then we actually took a trip to Athens, Greece to be part of a church plant, and we didn't feel like God was confirming that. And then we felt very strongly of this crazy call to Queenstown, New Zealand, because of all the backpackers that go through there. We took a trip this past summer, of which God opened absolutely 0 doors.
0.
We thought, okay, what is He doing? And we kind of stopped trying to figure out exactly what He was doing and just trying to follow. So we began to ask the question, where could we have a ministry for backpackers and it not be so difficult to do in terms of financial, in terms of immigrating somewhere? And so we thought, what about South America? So we began to send out emails to friends and to missionaries we knew across the world, and all these kind of weird connections to South America, and they all pointed to Ecuador. And we had never been to South America. We've never been to Ecuador.
We don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, we don't speak Spanish, so we were like, okay, well, we'll go to Ecuador. So we set off to Ecuador with one-way tickets in November of 2016. And after traveling throughout Ecuador, we ended up in a small town called Baños. The first night that we were there, we drive up to our hostel, and there's like 20 backpackers that are going into this hostel. So we thought, okay, maybe this is it.
Jackpot.
Right. We spent 2-3 weeks there, and all these crazy doors began to open for us in Ecuador.
When we went to church, Sterling was invited to come and preach at a service there. So it was amazing to have a local church ask us to come and be a part of what they were doing. They told us after he taught, we've been praying that God would send somebody to minister to backpackers because there's such a need here. And none of us speak English. And we think you're who God has sent to answer those prayers. And about a minute later, someone walked up and through an interpreter told us, I just finished an apartment and God was telling me I'm going to send somebody to live in that apartment. Don't rent it. I think you're who God has sent. I would like to offer this apartment to you for as long as you need it while you're searching for a home once you move here. Which again, just blew our socks off.
Oh, it was as if God was saying, make it very easy for us. There's really no other option but Baños, Ecuador. Our ministry is going to be coming alongside kids from all over the world, some who have never heard of Jesus and some who have been walking with Jesus for a long time. And Luke 7:34 says that the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and so much of Jesus' ministry was done around the table. All throughout the Gospel of Luke, He was either going to, at a meal, or coming from a meal, and it was with the sick and the lost. Food and getting around a table was obviously very important to Jesus, so I think it should be important to us. Having a hostel and being in the hospitality industry is just doing that, being hospitable to people and loving people and sharing the love of Christ.